So, how do we get fat? I hear a lot of excuses from my fat friends. By my fat friends, I don't mean that I have only fat friends, but people who are fat like me and which happen to be friends with. Um, all of them are saying like, yeah, I'm not eating as much. This is just those are my genes, and it's the food, and it's this and that, and I usually tell them right in their face that I personally, I know why I'm fat. It's because I'm eating a lot and I'm not exercising. It's simple as that. There is no magic. This is just the truth. If if you think that you're just getting fat from not eating, there is no way is going to happen unless you have some problem. A lot of people like to say, it's probably something in my hormones, and I have some my hormones are not balanced and all of this stuff, but that's not the case. It's pretty rare. I don't know the statistic, but it's like 90% of people, at least, are just fat from eating. It's just the food. It's just eating too much, and not how to say not we fat people, we don't consider the snacks. And I, as a fat person, I clearly admit that there is a lot of eating in the background, a lot of eating when people are not watching, because we obviously fat people, we have low self-esteem and we have no self-respect. We try a lot of times, we just try to look like we are not eating in front of other people. Like we would sit in a restaurant and we would order something small and we would just eat a bit, but then when somebody goes to the toilet, you just eat it, and then you come back home and you go to bed, but you wake up in the night and go to the fridge and take a piece of cheese, for example. I don't eat cheese now, but I'm just speaking in the past. Or take some cake or whatever you can get your hands on. If you put a camera, like a hidden camera, next to a fridge of a fat person, you see miles of, or I would say kilometers, because we are in Europe, kilometers of road to the fridge and back. This is the truth. Fat people are eating, and a lot. That's why we get fat. It's a lot of calories, and the body is already in storing fat mode because it's used to do that. There is no exercise, there is no movement, there is no reason, to make any adjustments. We just store fat. We don't need the energy, we store it. Very simple. I have a friend. I would call her or him a friend. I will not say names or gender. With this friend, we were speaking about the reasons that my friend is fat. Okay, it's a she, and she likes to play it out like she's not like she doesn't know why she's fat. And I told her, listen, okay, let's. And this is at the time when I was already slim, not now. I was, listen, let's make an experiment. Let's write down everything that you eat and then bring it back to me. But be honest. And then she brought it back to me, and it was a good list actually. She included a lot of stuff, but for a while I was living with that person. She was not a girlfriend of mine. She's a relative. Um, and I know how much she eats. And I see how fat she is. Very, very, very fat. And she was asking me, how did you lose all that weight? And I told her, about my eating habits and how I did it. And she was, yeah, but I cannot exercise that much. I have a kid and blah, blah, blah. And I told her that you don't need to exercise that much. You just need to exercise. You can do I would say a walk with your kid and your husband and just go around and just move. Take the stairs, easy stuff. You don't need to go to the gym and do a lot of stuff. It will take more time, but you eventually end up there. At that time, she didn't listen to me. Her excuses were the kids, and I know what is to have kids, but now if I want to do some exercises, I just wake up early. That's all. I know that it's not right, to sacrifice your sleeping habits, but there should be some sacrifice. You're sacrificing your body with food till now, so I think that's the least that can happen. A lot of people will not agree with me about that, but if you're not fat, you don't know what you're talking about. It's easy to speak about problems that you never had, so shut the fuck up. Another thing that we as fat people we like to say um, when we're speaking with slim people, it's like I'm eating as much as you. You know, you're with me all day, but we know that we're hiding, and we hide from everybody. We even, and when you're lying so long, when you're lying to other people around you that you're not eating that much, but your weight is constantly going up and up and up and up, somebody is lying here, you know. And I think people are not stupid. Eventually, people understand that you're just eating too much, but nobody wants to tell you because everybody wants to be tolerant, you know. I had this problem with my parents, and I spoke with my mother about that because they didn't do anything when I was getting fat as a kid. And I asked her, you know, why you didn't do anything? Why you didn't tell me, you know, you're getting too fat, you will not be able to get girlfriends, you will not be able to do sports, you know, you'll get ill. And she said that, yeah, I told you. And I told her that, yeah, you told me, but you said it like, you know, if you want to, maybe, you know, you could get slim. And this is not the proper way. You just needed to, you know, do more. You needed to push me more. You needed to help me, you know, because if I did some adjustments when I was a little kid, maybe I would not spend all my life so far being fat and, you know, yo-yoing up and down with my weight. I don't completely blame them, but they raised me, so this is how it is. Parents need to control their kids. If your kid is fat, you know, don't put him on a diet, just increase the exercise. But you cannot tell him, you know, go outside and run, and I will sit here and eat and drink beer, or, you know, that's not going to happen. You know, all of us, we try to tell our kids, you know, do this so you don't become like me. They will become, your kids will become exactly like you, because it's the example that they're following, not the words. You can speak whatever the fuck you want, but they are just going to follow. They would like to be you. They admire you. You're their idol in every way possible. So if you want to make your kid exercise, show them exercise. If you want your kid to be, you know, smart, show them, read, you know. This is the way to do it. Not, you need to go and study, and I will just sit in front of the TV. No, he will sit in front of the TV. He will sit when you're, you know, gone. He will do everything to be like you, because you are his authority. You're his idol. This is just something that you need to have in mind, especially young parents who are just, you know, having a baby or about to have a baby. It's the same like every other thing in this world. You know, lead by example. You cannot force people to do something that you are not willing to do yourself. It's not going to happen. So going back to the topic, the most common things that we say are always excuses, and we are liars. We are lying about our eating habits, and a lot of people will say that, yeah, it's because of this and that, and it's because of my genetics, but that's not true. At least in most cases. There are cases that people, you know, I had a friend of mine. She was actually in my school in the same class, and she rapidly ballooned. She got really fat, but it's visible. You know, when somebody gets fat because he's ill, you see it. You know, it's water weight. She looked like she would explode. If I put a needle through her, that she would, you know, explode like a balloon. It's not that fat. It's the other type of fat. You see it on people when they're, you know, they have some health problem. So do not lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself. You're eating too fucking much. Let me tell you how much I was eating when I gained back the weight. I would go home after work. I would eat at work. I would eat a lot. I would take a main course. I would take like a soup. I would take a salad, but it would not be a normal salad. It would be salad with a lot of dressing and a lot of disgusting stuff, and ketchup and mayonnaise to the side and bread and a cola, a dessert, a lot of food. And it would be fine if I was exercising quite a lot, but this is just the lunch. At breakfast, I would eat again some bakery stuff. Uh, at noon, I would eat that. Then before I go home, I will go and take a Subway. I don't know if in US there is Subways. There should be. I think they're just coming from there. I don't know. I didn't do any research on that, but it's a sandwich. But I will take a double, so I will take it big, not the half, but the big one. And then I will come back home, and I would just snack something. I mean, I would eat some waffles or something like that, something sweet. I would lay and fart on the couch, and then I would have dinner. Like I didn't eat enough, but I would have dinner, and then everybody will go to sleep. I would open a beer, chips, again some sweets, and a lot of food, some peanuts, maybe a couple of toasts with jam and something. A lot of calories. Like I was eating the calories that high level athletes are eating. And I was eating the bad calories, processed foods and a lot of meat and dairy, especially today's meat. Um, you know how the meat is today. So we get fat from eating more than we need. You can easily eat a salad, and this could be enough. You need to change your taste for food. Now in the morning, I eat only fruit. At lunch, I eat some soup, some lentil soup, or beans, or something like that, depending on what they have in the restaurant close to my work. And I would take a big green salad. At lunch, I always eat a lot of green stuff, green leafy vegetables. Um, when I'm hungry, when I'm at work, I bring bananas, apples, pears, you know, these kind of fruits, and I would just smack those fruits. And I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna eat one banana. I just eat two, three, doesn't matter. I'm still losing the weight. I'm still losing the weight. I'm losing it slower than I did it in the past, but I feel full all the time and I don't feel hungry at all. And also, I drink a lot of water now, and that helps. But be prepared if you're drinking a lot of water that you would go at least 10 times a day, even more. Sometimes I'm even getting mad uh, when I'm going so much to the toilet. So, and then when I come back home, it depends. If there's a soup at home, if my wife made some kind of soup, I really like soups. I would eat that. Um, I'm not really how to say into eating completely raw stuff. I know that that would be eventually the ultimate to eat only raw food, but I'm still getting there. I'm it's a slow process. I understand that. I'm not rushing because you need to understand if, and that's not an excuse. I'm just trying to make it more easy on myself because obviously I don't have will. I don't have a good willpower because I'm fat from so long, and I'm used to failure in this aspect. Everything else in life, I'm like a pit bull. I don't let go. Projects, work, money, everything that I wanted, I took. But when it goes to my health and my, physical appearance, I just give up. I have no will. So that's why I'm taking it slow. Eventually, I believe I will become raw food eater, like more like fruitarian, maybe salads and fruits. But I'm just trying to eat as much as raw food as possible. But at lunch, at least, I eat something cooked, and I feel good. the way that I'm doing it now, I feel good. I don't feel hungry. I have no cravings for meat and dairy and eggs at all. I was expecting that I would have some, but especially meat. I had some desire to eat cheese a couple of times. Even once I actually ate a pizza because I forgot that it has cheese, and I just took a vegetarian pizza. But it was the time when I was transitioning from vegetarian to vegan, so it's not a big deal. If you become a vegan and by some reason if you slip, you don't need to stop it. This is the other common mistake that fat people are saying. We will do it tomorrow. Today I will eat like a pig. You eat good until noon, and at noon you will do some mistake. Maybe you eat more. You will start feeling shitty, and then you will decide, "Fuck it, man. I will not. I will do it tomorrow." Don't do that. Don't do that. It's like cigarettes. If you want to quit cigarettes, you just do it cold turkey. No other way. You quit, and that's it. No more cigarettes. You don't start another one, because when you start another one, you're done. You're back in the chain smoking. It's the same with food. So actually, I'm contradicting myself. It's not the same with food, because it's the same in the way that you could start eating bad if you eat bad once, but don't do that. If you slip, if you eat anything, even if you eat meat and you're vegan, forget about it. You just ate it, it's done. It's nothing you can do about it. Just try to not repeat the mistake. Don't judge yourself all the time. Understand why you did it, think about it, but just let it go. Let it go and just try to be, vegan again. One meal doesn't change anything. Of course, if you repeat this one meal every day, obviously it will. But if you do a mistake, do not judge yourself hard. This will not help. Just learn to let it go and get over it and move forward. It happened to me actually. I was eating at work some I don't know. It's not meatballs. It's like veggie balls. And it was the time when I already decided to be vegan, so I was eating these veggie balls. It sounds funny, isn't it? Veggie balls, like meatballs. And then I realized that, wait a minute, but they're dipped in eggs. This is how they do it. They dip those stuff in eggs and they fry them. It's not enough that it is fried. I don't know why I had the illusion that it's baked. It's fried and it's with egg. So I don't eat them anymore. I just eat lentils, beans, potatoes, rice, whatever they have that do not contain any animal products. Sometimes it happens that I ate something like potatoes and they should be vegan, but when I was eating them and I was half the portion in, I realized that they smell like butter. What can you do? It happens. So I stopped eating. I was already full anyway, and I just move on. So this is how it happens. You cannot